Some sport now. Joseph Parker says despite being familiar with Razvan Cojanu's game, he's ready for him. The Romanian boxer, ranked 14th in the world by the WBO, was Parker's main sparring partner in Las Vegas as he prepared to fight Hughie Fury. Little did either of them know at the time that once Fury's team pulled out just 10 days ago, they would end up fighting each other.
Leading up to the fight is quite hard, preparing for Fury and he pulling out, then looking at the top 15, and Razvan was the only one that was available and willing to come down and fight May 6th. So it is a little difficult, but I mean, it is boxing business. Outside of the ring, we can respect each other, and we know how each other is. But in the ring, it's all about taking care of business and trying our best to knock each other out.
And you've got to win this because of what Anthony Joshua did, right? So you actually, I mean, this, Joseph, you have to win it, and you have to win it really impressively, don't you?
Yeah, I have to put on a sort of dominant performance where people can look at it and say, "Hey, Joseph does belong at the top level." But I mean, I'm not gonna go out there and try and prove myself to everyone. I'm going to try and prove myself to myself, and I want to put on a great performance for myself. And I know that I'm ready. I've been training real hard, and Razvan is a great fighter and a great person. But I'm going to go in there and take care of business. I want to keep this WBO belt here in New Zealand and Samoa, and I want to defend it as many times as I can.
Hughie Fury, he seems to be recovering from his injury. There must be moments where you just put your head in your hands, Joseph, as you was listening to the nonsense coming out of his camp.
Oh, it's very hard to deal with that camp. To be honest, it's the hardest to deal with in my whole career. But I guess you got to face those kind of things in boxing. I don't know about his back injury is questionable. If he is injured, I wish him a fast recovery. But it's one of those things where you got to accept the changes that come to you in every situation and try and adapt to it as best you can.
Joseph, you are a really nice man.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
I try.
Well, no, you are. And I just wonder what the hell you're doing in boxing. I mean, it's full of rats and snakes and, I mean, if Hughie Fury had a back injury that prevented him from fighting you, I'm Muhammad Ali.
The thing about you gotta have people in boxing who are good and people who are bad. But I mean, the fight that happened last week was a perfect example of two nice guys getting in the ring, doing
good call,
also showing a lot of respect.
That's right. And actually, it was a fine advertisement for boxing, right?
It was great. It was great for boxing, and it was great for the heavyweight division. So it was good for myself to watch it as a fan, but also someone who's studying them for future fights. Yeah.
You reckon you can beat Anthony Joshua?
I back myself against anyone in the world, and I believe I could beat him. I know he's got a lot of strengths. He's powerful. He's big. He's a champion for a reason. But I know I can back myself with any heavyweight you put me in the ring with, and because that's because of the work that I do in the gym. I train hard, and I believe in the ability that I have in the ring.
You have to train hard. It's all about the training because you had 5 fights last year, if I recall correctly. But this is your first fight this year.
Yeah.
And so the intensity required in your training to keep you at peak level, to keep you fit, when there is such a long time between drinks, is really high, isn't it?
Oh, it's very intense, and you got to train hard. And then when you do train hard, it's like the training is the hardest part of the fight. Once you get in the ring, it's about enjoying yourself. It's like a reward for all the hard work you've been doing. But it is intense. It's training 3 times a day, 6 days a week, and the body does go through a lot, but I guess I enjoy it. I enjoy it, even though it hurts.
3 times a day, six days a week, even when there's no fight on the calendar.
Even when there's no fight, you're still doing a bit here and there. You got to keep in shape because if you go out of shape, it's hard to get in shape.
Now we've got a question from a fan here, a very good fan, and he says Deontay Wilder keeps calling you out, saying he wants to fight you. Are you hearing that noise? Deontay's he's a noisy character. Are you hearing it?
Of course I am. I'm in the position now where people are starting to call me out, and a guy like Deontay Wilder, who I respect a lot, he's a great champion himself, and hopefully I take care of business with this weekend, and then I can sit down and talk to all these guys. I'll fight any of these guys.
Are you loving it?
I'm loving it. I love the journey. I love the training. I love the boxing. I love the rewards that come with it. I love looking after my family. I'm enjoying life.